There we go. We're on. We're on. Here we are, guys. RacingRant preview for Friday the 11th, Armistice Day, Remembrance Day.
Well, you've got it covered, haven't you? Canterbury tonight, Rosehill tomorrow. Gee, tiny fields tomorrow at Rosehill. Even the highways
got smaller. Yeah, we
shrunk.
Small fields tonight at Canterbury.
Oh, it's just been so much racing lately, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Has been a bit.
Oh, there's one of those 5-year-old and up $80,000 races on again tonight. Rosehill tomorrow, roll out 3 metres. There's been a little bit of rain around, but gee, it's been so dry for so long that rain doesn't really...
Summer hasn't turned up, Dicker. What's it like on the work site and the building site? It's hot.
It's hot and dusty. Yeah.
Hot and dusty? I'd break into a sweat.
Yeah, well, Wednesday it was hot all day. Knocked off and it started pissing rain.
Any work there for a bloke like me?
Yeah, plenty.
$50 an hour, get the drinks.
Yeah.
Imagine moving on a barrel. What are you laughing at? God, you're fucking just...
I'll charge you out at 60.
Mates of mine came over to do some concreting, and so the truck couldn't get all the way to do the pour, so they had to put it in the barrow.
Yeah.
So they had a big barrow, and I said, I'll have a go at that. Well, I couldn't even move it like 1 metre, so they got one of those little kiddie baby barrows for me.
Token barrow.
There's nothing like...
It's an owner's barrow.
There's nothing like a saver bed. There's nothing like a little small bed just to keep you in the game.
Right, Glenn, you got anything, should we look forward to what you're going to say about this meeting tomorrow?
There is a moral in, yes.
Wow.
There's an effing moral.
Wow,
And,
so what, trumpet sound?
Yeah, it'll be trumpet sound. It's $7.50, $7 in most places. Looks unbeatable. There you go.
Well, stay tuned. So, look, Rosehill, very fair track for such a long time. Railed out 3 metres tomorrow, and no terrors as far as I'm concerned. Kick off with an interesting 2-year-old race, and the O'Shea trained Veronillo is $2.80 in favourite. $4.80 the Musselbrook winner, junglised local horse. $7 Ground Break, local debutante. $7.50 Epic Rant. $8.50 The Mission, $14 African Rainbow, $15 Our Mantra, $15 Arbitrate. So, despite the 7-4 favourite, there is it's fairly dense.
Yeah, it's dense with rubbish though, unfortunately.
How's Gerald going? Is he starting to...
He tried to win it the other day. We haven't seen him on track.
He's holding up, isn't he?
I don't think it's a big issue.
Okay, good. Yeah. Well, it comes to us off a Musselbrook trot and canter where the minute it got on the power, it did a left-hand turn and couldn't handle the pressure of a 900 metre run down the Musselbrook straight. Hard to imagine it.
Yeah, it's hard to like.
Hard to like.
Well, what about the favourite? Well, Gord, you're our trial.
Clearly the best trialer is number 7, Veronillo, the favourite. Looks, just solid, O'Shea type, fresh, got Brenton on board. Their stable's been going really well lately, hasn't it?
Looks unbeatable.
Yeah, looks pretty good.
Well, why is it 280 then?
Looks unbeatable.
There's not much against it either.
They're just epic rant. It was hard ridden throughout. That's number 3. And Our Mantra making a little bit of ground on it the last 150 metres, whereas this horse, Veronillo, went past Our Mantra like 3 wide throughout on the pace and just said to Our Mantra, see you later, rubbish. And Groundbait was probably the best of the rest. Best second pick with me, but even it was like pushed right at the line. Number 70, I would suspect that $2.80 is a very, very smart price.
So what about the horse that was hard in the market in the Breeders' Plate and didn't feature? Been to the trial since.
The Mission?
T. Clark on board. Like, it was a very stylish trial before it debuted.
Yes, and then come out and was in the market. And, it has run 11th of 11th, got beaten 18 lengths. What price is
Trial
it?
since.
Yes, I know. What price is it?
$8.50.
Oh, really? I think the horse has a bit of ability, but I've got to have 7 on top. I suppose. Yeah, you've got to be more forgiving. You're right, mate.
And what about the Arbitrate, who's had the 10-50 metre trial against the older horses? Remember we saw how Dickie trialled Yankee Rose against the older horses before her debut? She went like a complete slug, but it was because it was the 10-50 against the older horses. She was well hidden.
I suppose there's something there.
You got to be. It wasn't much of a trial, but you've got to take into consideration it was snowed.
And it was sitting wide all the way. It was.
Snowden. What do you make of his trials? You just can't form an opinion of it, can you? So it was a poor trial, but it is Snowden.
Look, I'm not going to waste too much time on the race. Obviously, this 7 is...
Manningham Mile there for me. It'll tell the whole story, but I'll expect that number 7 will be very hard to beat.
Yeah.
Order. Digger.
Great.
777 there. I will like a poker machine. Ding, 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 ding.
We just got the jackpot.
Right.
I think we are a bit soft against number one.
Yeah.
It's 440 at the moment. I can't imagine you get in there. Yeah, I don't think it'll be that tomorrow.
Race 2 is 1300 metre 3-year-old race, and there's a horse I've never seen before. Mandy is $3.50 in favourite.
Pen job.
Pen.
Only marked at 25s. $4 Zumbelina, $4 Canopy Serious, who is in a Kembla tomorrow. So
I think there was a question about that number 6 in the page.
yeah, there is. There's a post about number 6. I didn't realise it was that short. $5.50 Cadogan and $8 Samadout. Long odds Gaze Resumer Vasiliev. Look, I guess she's on the speed here, but I thought that Samadout.
You guess who's on the speed?
The
favourite?
the shipper.
Yeah, Mandy.
But you know, the number one's got blinkers back on Deanne and a quick backup. It'll
Inside marble, it'll be pushing up.
It'll be pushing. Cannot Be Serious looks to box seat, leaving Zumbelina with a fairly good trail, I imagine. Cadogan astern of her.
Are we still unsure if Freeman's going to be any good?
Trained to win 10 days ago, yeah. Something down the outside in race 1 somewhere.
It was race 1 where the 2-year-old who got the winner.
Yeah.
Down the bottom of the weights.
Attacking?
Trialled against that Champagne Cuddles or whatever.
Yeah,
No.
it was 10.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm talking about another one.
That
We
one.
were there.
I'm talking about number 1. Yeah, Teardrop one, but I'm talking about number 1 that also trained to win, didn't he? Josh Parr rode in the first at Randwick. What was he called?
Oh yeah, Adado.
Adado. So he's trained 2 winners a week. It's fine. Okay, still got queries. Cannot Be Serious. Looks a hot little horse. Looks a nice little horse.
Really?
Yeah. From the parade.
Right, okay. Because it didn't look to do a great deal the other day. I mean, Sugar Bay Leonard did it a little bit tough and sort of straight away. He had a nice suck and just played play.
Okay. My numbers here, I was tipping Zumbelina from number 3. 4 from 3. I thought it was easy to pick. I thought Zumbelina had style. Found a great spot, as Mark mentioned. Rory or Sue, and I think we'll do the job. You go anything?
Number 4.
I'm back at 2.
Oh, okay.
Follow my money.
Oh,
Following your money, going to stay with Cadogan?
Yeah.
And it's
A little bit like Jessie Bell. Hey?
Yeah. Learned the hard way with it.
What does that mean? Oh, Jessie Bell.
That one
I
down
backed
in
Jessie
Melbourne.
Bell.
So,
I backed her on
yeah.
Sorry.
Tuesday.
I was thinking Jessie Bell was a
and then
girl
on the-
jockey or a girl you knew, Jessie
Nah.
Bell, and you went the hard way. So I didn't know what you were talking about.
No, well, I was down in Melbourne at a pub and I backed. Was it on Tuesday she was in the first time, Jessie Bell? Or the Saturday,
Up
Derby
in
day?
distance? Yeah, she's absolutely bolted.
Didn't do much, and then she was in on Saturday,
Okay, backed up.
and I didn't back her.
Cleaned
and
up sore
500 out, I could see she was going to win, and I was with 2 girls. I didn't want to sort of completely lose my shit. So I just went for a piss and walled, as you say.
Ball's good. Gee,
Had a
that
walk.
sun's nice, guys.
Gordo, what are you saying in this 3-year-old race?
I think Zumbelina is a horse with a bit of scope. I mean, it's just a nothing race again, is it? I think this is the best horse. Can't see getting into trouble in the run.
Best horse on the basis of what?
It's sort of a bit of a tick. I know what Gord's saying is he's done the ticks and crosses here. So he's gone to the Melbourne horse, you go pen, so there's a cross. Vasiliev, you go pen. Then you look at some, and then and Cadogan kind of didn't do much the other day, so you went cross, and then you finish up with 4.
Yeah, you got Samadout, which is a provincial horse, you know, like.
Well, it's lined up with Cannot Be Serious. They both ran 64
Yeah,
which we
yeah.
made.
What are you saying, mate?
Number 2. I give number 4 a very good chance, but it was
Be enough tempo?
there was a bunched finish at Canterbury, and not much has happened from that race. So
You expect the tempo to be decent?
yeah, because Deanne's on number
Yeah.
1. It's like
Yeah.
this horse is rock hard. It's labelled
Okay,
urgent.
So we're suited on the 2.
I think
You are suited. One thing I will say about the 2 is it does stand out as the Saturday horse.
Yeah, that's.
Whereas
I
4
agree.
Maybe is, maybe isn't.
maybe is,
and
maybe
that
isn't. I think
trial
the same.
was huge
Well,
before
4 and
it
3 are
first
coming off like Wednesday runs, so I suppose.
All right, so
three Friday night.
is someone going to sing the praises of Mandy, as in why is it 350, and because I mean it's obviously 350 for a reason,
What me and Gord sang the praises, we went pen.
because it's an ex Moody horse that went to Kieran Maher when Moody gave up. Won first up at Pakenham on the synthetic.
Did Moody
And
give
then-
up, or is he just having a spell?
Well, you're the man, you know all this stuff.
All the goss?
Yeah.
I am usually the goss man. I don't know.
And then it's Drawn Gate won and poked up at Moonee Valley on a night meeting. It just seems a bit of a surprise to me, but anyway.
I think if you come to Sydney with Melbourne ones next to your name, the market goes where you're a good horse.
And with that trainer.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
if you're a Sydney horse and you go to Melbourne with North next to your name, you win.
it's a $100,000 race, and there'll likely be 5 horses probably by the time they jump. It's just a smart play for the owners as well. So
Good point there, Gordon. That is a $100,000 race, like you said. 4 or 5 runners that thought to throw it on the bus.
Get up there. They obviously have an opinion of it, Bub, because its first run was in Group 3 against Extreme Choice, so they must have an opinion.
Well, the horse had 3 runs in its life and it's 2 wins. It's collected $36,000 in prize money. So every time it's gone on the track, it's averaged $12,000. You get a chance to float it up to Sydney, throw it on the thing, cost you a monkey to get it up here, and you run around for $54,000. I think what Dicko said there was a good point.
Right, race 3 is the gala of today, the 1.5 mile. Waller's got nearly half the field, and I've got Paul Daly from RacingRant to run a little test in relation to Waller and multiple runners. The market reads $3.20 Vassal, $3.60 Stablemate Pursuit of Honour, $8.50 Doc Holiday, $11 is Soviet Courage and Lonely Orphan, $13 Cramming, $14 Low Places, $14 De Meister. Soviet Courage has got his blinkers back on, raced outside the lead the other day, will certainly be well forward here. Doc Holiday has raced with success in the on the pace. Low Places went up to 2,700 the other day and led, but Brenton on for the Apprentice tomorrow.
Didn't really lead in that race. It actually walked in front, Mark. It was just a mad tempo, it was almost like a negative place to be being in front, because you were going so slow. When they went, they'd get past you. It wasn't a staying test.
Yeah, and Judge Doom has got Deanne on it, so there's every chance that Judge Doom will be part of the van.
And with 51 kilos, why not?
Now, there was an emailer today that, what did he say?
Comment.
A comment, sorry.
We don't always read the emails because there's too many. We focus on the comments.
He said that any betting that I have number 2 on top.
Any betting that you have number 2?
Yeah. So he's going to bet with a mate, but I've got number 2 on top.
Because
with the blinkers back on.
Blinkers back on, coming off the 2,400 metre run. This is the funny part about this race. We've got Vassal here. Now, Mark's been one of his best pearls has been to win over 2,400. You've got to have 2,400 form. We've got the 2-to-1 favourite here. We've got 7 horses coming off 2,400 metre runs, and we've got the favourite going up 600 metres in distance, Mark.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's quite delicious. But he looks like a very, very doused out thing.
He does look a down. Oh, no comment, he just said
$33
to Gord. Yeah. We'll just brush Gord in. Look, for that reason I was going to be against Vassal tomorrow. I think that 1,800 to 2,400, yes, he looks a Dow, I think, but he looks a Dow, a tired thing that struggles away and keeps sucking you into backing him. Like he got me last time when I said I was sort of tipping him a bit, like the market was off the map.
Yeah.
Ridden by T. Hewitt, which just seems so sad he's going back to France because he can't get the visa to stay, doesn't it? I think if you've been here 3 or 4 years as a rider and you've got a great skill to offer a country, you should be.
That's right, Ray. Can't Racing New South Wales sponsor it?
Well, how does he not get to stay when you see like thousands of people in Chatswood that are no one can talk English? You think, how do they all get here? They're all Aussies. I know they are. I'm not being racist. I've dropped off all my racism, but I don't understand how T. Hewitt can't stay. He wanted to stay. Anyway, let's go back to France, poor bastard. All right, my tips here. Well, there's a lot of 2,400 metre runners in this race, but I'm actually going to go with the 2,100 up, and that's Pursuit of Honour. I like the way it charged at the line. I was at Hawkesbury that day, of course, and it really sprinted that last round. I just thought it was really warming up.
So strong late, wasn't it?
That's every run at 1,900 plus has been right there.
And charging through the line. So I think 2,400 will lead up to beat number 3, Doc Holiday, who is absolutely flying and finds Noel Callow. What's Noel Callow? Anyone know? Isn't he like 80? How old is he? He's a heavyweight jockey, I think, too.
He's the D-Pain go-to man. He's turned up here to ride
a few times,
yeah. In between going to Singapore and blah blah blah.
So he's a pretty experienced rider. And Glyn off, he did ride last start Glyn. It was a PR perfect Glyn ride, so and it was good Glyn all over. So that's a bit of a worry. 4 to beat 3. 33 for Gord. Dicko, you saying much?
If it rains a little bit, maybe number 2, Soviet Courage.
Okay, Mark, what are you tipping? Number 2?
I'm not tipping number 2, but I was interested to see that someone, you think I'm very predictable, and someone else obviously thinks I'm very predictable as well.
I don't think you're that predictable, but I sort of think I know what price you're going to price it.
Yeah, well, I have got 8 to 1, and I would be inclined towards taking $11.
And who do you make favourite in?
I marked them 3 to 1 equal, Vassal and Pursuit of Honour.
Fair enough. Nice race for Mr. Waller.
It is, and look, I mentioned Ratings to Win because we did a show earlier this week about Ratings to Win, which is the best database you will ever see and piece of software. It's called Ratings to Win Access. And I said to Paul, look, would you mind running this little test for me? How does Waller Favourites go when he has 3 or more in the race?
Right?
Shit out.
So,
Lovely.
Yeah. What are you thinking?
Horribly.
If he's got 3 or more in the race,
How does
the Waller favourite go? What, over what period of time? Like 2 years or 1 year? Or
whenever you can find, right? Whenever you can think of it.
I'd say that's got to be $33 for me because that's always in a distance race, isn't it, Mark?
I would think you... I don't know, Mark.
Yeah. Well, surprisingly, the favourites go really well. They're
Really?
75 occasions for 28 wins,
Wow.
making a profit on
profit?
at SP.
Wow.
Small profit, but a profit at SP.
And that's a reasonable
Sample size.
Sample size, yeah.
75 hits. I think that's in the last year.
or the distance race.
So yes, look, my thought was, Waller, multiple runners, you know,
Look for something that's not there.
yeah.
I would have even billion just then if someone thought it would be good.
So
You
look,
have it now
that,
if you want.
but that is the virtue of this database. You
Already
can
two down
can
there.
run any type of query on this. Whatever suits, whatever takes your fancy. It is a really, really humdingy piece of software. Go to our website and just have a look at the free the free info pack. You know, you just download it. It's like 20 pages of PDFs that explain the thing totally.
Can you go to his site and find out what were the odds of the cicadas coming back right now after all these years? I haven't had a cicada in 10 years, have you?
Oh well, it's a good sign, isn't it?
You used to catch those green grosses and black princes when you were a kid?
Yeah. I was running around with a magnifying glass.
Burning them?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
really?
torture shit.
A little bit of Martin Bryan in your deep.
Oh, there is. There's definitely a little bit of serial killer in me.
Oh, thanks mate for stopping, beautiful.
Okay, the highway, which I must say is a
I was thinking of God this race.
quality highway here, and what is favourite? It's
Yeah, well, obviously the is one.
$6.50 Butteroo Night, $6.50 Say You Love Me,
$7.50 say you love me.
Yeah. What did you see?
I thought it'd be a lot shorter than
$7 Dick's Vendetta, $8 Durham Park.
Well,
Well, $12 Noble Descent, 13 Akiko Gold, 13 Artistic Beauty, reserved for this one, 14 Gambled, 19 La Cavalier, 19 Darts Away.
Doing the tape this morning at Butteroo Night's Kembla Grange run and thinking of Gord, he found it off a hot trial at Nowra. He tipped it first up and there it was. It didn't do much, but it did something.
Okay, one.
Second up the other day, they bid $5.50 on Betfair. It's won by 4 lengths. Gord, tell me it was bad.
Yeah, no, it was good. But are you
Who was
finding it in this race?
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
I was just thinking of you.
Oh, Jesus, it flew, didn't it?
It did go very
Like a
well.
rock.
It did go very well.
Charged right through the line.
Right, yeah.
Went really, really well. And what I mean, I'm tipping at third. So, look, I must have started. Anyone have that? Yeah, 8 on top clearly, third up. 5-year-old mare, 11 starts, 3 wins, 3 seconds. You see Matthew Dunn, you go tick. You see Anglin, you see Lightly Raced. You see that Eagle Farm Class 3 form behind Better Land, who's a hot horse. Done out 650. It looks like a 350 chance to me.
It's a little bit like the one you found last week, isn't it? It's got that similar sort of feel to it.
A lot of these are broken up. Now, I've tipped it to be 3, who looks as tired as all, but has been running great and been parading really well, but keeps
Yeah.
being drawn out.
You expect it to improve or
3,
Yeah.
not to improve,
yeah?
but it's racing right there. Now,
What it gets to do tomorrow is lead.
does it get to go straight across?
That's what I agree.
Yeah,
You know,
it
Gamble
made
was
three
ridden
wide,
off the
wasn't it?
speed the other day. He's coming back in distance anyway.
Okay.
No, it was like last start. It was out. Last start, it was Fuel that absolutely killed Nick's Vendetta's chance. So this put the pressure on 3 wide. I thought it was a fantastic run by Nick's Vendetta. I'll definitely be having something on that tomorrow.
I'm saying
Of course, no one heard what you said for the last 2 minutes. We had the noisiest plane ever. On
Yeah.
top of the cicadas.
Well, the actually was awful because the plane drowned out the cicadas, poor bastard. Go again, Gord.
3, Nick's Vendetta. It was a great run last start. If you notice, Fuel ruined its chances by putting far too much pressure on in the three wide. It held on very well. You know, it's getting to that stage of its prep where, as you were mentioning, Glenn, is it on the way up? Is it on the way down? You're probably saying just levelling out, yeah. But that might be good enough for this.
My
race.
fifth up.
And 11 Artistic Beauty, which I've
Mentioned every
Same
mentioned
race.
a couple of times. I think it's got a good chance to, and it's $13. I think that's a reasonable play.
I'm interested 8 and 3.
I thought 2 winning numbers, 8 and 3. Marcus?
look, I'd have to include 1 and 11 in those. You know, I've got 4 winning numbers here, but only 4.
Okay, so the sounds of it between, because I've marked them 8-3-1. You've mentioned 11. You said 8-3. There it is.
All in.
A preview, all up. First 4 box 1, 3, 8, and 11.
Yeah, just to comment on Say You Love Me, which all 3 wins of Graft, and it was 50s the other day.
Okay. Stay there.
Look, and then we come into a field of 6 at the sprint court, 1200 metre sprint course.
Disappointing field for $100,000 race, guys.
Favourite is the resuming off a fairly decent spell here, Mersu. $3.30, $3.70. That's a good idea. $4.20 Moral Victory back from Melbourne, but $6 Snippets Land, another resumer. $11 Learn to Rise, $21 Kadiro. Very, very crazy little field.
It's crazy.
All right, help me out here. What do you do with that's a good idea if you've backed it twice?
Well, he leads tomorrow, doesn't he? It's like
He looked like he didn't want to let down on Cup Day.
Well, he ended up a long way from the leader there, actually. Surprisingly, a long way from the leader, but
I'd have to be against it.
Yeah, I get a feeling it's a bit. I know it's a bit tired or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what the feel is. The other day I looked at it off the tape.
you're saying it's gone, aren't you?
Well, I suppose I'm saying it might be gone.
I'm not playing until Mounting Yard Mail.
Number 5?
Yeah. If Glenn finds number 5, I'll be backing number 5 in herself, but no early
Except
plays.
the 2 trials. It looks a perfect setup. Abdullah, fresh, 1100 looks right. Number 3.
It's not 1100, it's 1200.
Excuse me, 1200. I was doing the 1100. No, I was doing for 1200. Number 3, 1600 back to 1200 with the trial since. That doesn't produce much freshness. What are you laughing at?
Yeah, I know, it's your horse, so you get to say everything about this horse that you want.
Well, I was against it, I suppose. You know, 16 back to 12. I just thought that doesn't look right tomorrow.
So you're saying you've got to be fresh tomorrow?
My word, I think you've got to be fresh. I think 5 ticks all the boxes there. 5 to beat 2.
Dicko?
I don't know. I'll probably back 1 just because of Jesse Bell. I don't think it's.
Look, I've got to say, there's nothing wrong with following your money sometimes.
Oh,
the best system of all time is when you don't follow your money.
It's a little bit short, though.
Yeah.
A little bit short. Like, I've
It's
backed it
surprisingly well founded.
Yeah, I've backed it at 10 both times each way.
I don't think it'll be the price it is tomorrow.
Yeah,
I think it'll be longer. I think it'll be closer to 460. What is it at the moment?
370.
Yeah.
Man, it's noisy here.
Donald Trump's jet's going. Oh, Trump! It is his turn. Look at that. What about that?
First overseas stop, Australia.
Is that what he said?
No chance. No chance. He's off the rougher, isn't he? Say hello to his buddy Poop.
Funny.
I tell you what, we did get,
Hang on, boys. You wouldn't believe it.
we get a lot of comments about Wednesday in relation to you.
Me? What driver?
Yeah, well, it seemed like the betting on Wednesday was drew a lot of Glenn must be all over this. Glenn must be loving this.
I was loving it.
Yeah, there's a lot of money.
I did enjoy it. It proved one thing in politics. One thing in politics. It's nothing to do with glass ceilings and women and men and whatever. People will warm to an arrogant, rude bastard prick more so than a liar. We will forgive all commentary.
He's both.
Yeah, but she's the one that's the real.
Yeah, well, she's a little bit more sly about it.
She's got the stink of the I've been lying.
You know what I say? How good is
side.
Monday's show going to be? We've got so much to rant about, don't we? Oh, it's going to be brilliant.
Got something pretty
So
good.
that's a little tease there for Monday's
I
show.
was
But
educating the boys on the job site about Betfair and the corporates. Because I'm going, he's in at $2. And they're like, no, he's $3.80 on Sportsbet. Or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Like, you watch. So,
Well,
I've
to
traded
be
2
honest,
more addicts.
I heard the idiots talking on the TV about how close it was, and he was $1.20 on Betfair.
yeah.
I remember they said that they're still not over yet. It was $1.02.
It's one of the only jobs where you can constantly be wrong as an expert. Just rock up the next day.
Yeah. What about our job? Huh? What about this gig?
We're nowhere near where they are.
Righto, you got a tip for us in the All Our Mob before we close down this part 1?
I told you, I'm
He's
fine.
fine.
I'm
He's
fine.
waiting for
I'm
Mounting
not
Yard Mail.
betting Mounting Yard Mail.
He can't breathe without it there.
All right, that's the end of part 1. So we'll be back with the
Part
Clubby
two.
Legs from Rose Hill on Girls Get Drunk Day.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they knew that.